Hi, my name is Phil. Hi, let me introduce myself properly. My name is Phil. I do visual effects. I was the visual effects supervisor for Mpakani, season 1. And I'm going to take you through some of the stuff that we did. It will not be a tutorial per se, but it'll just be like an overview of some of the stuff that we did. So, I'm going to start with interactive media on set. These are things that the actor interacts with that are not actually on set. For example, there could be a phone, there could be a screen, it could be 3D holograms. So, all these things have to be created prior to the shoot, or if you don't have time, you'll create it after, while in post. In Mpakani, we had several of them. For example, if you watch the entire series, Kibet in particular likes to bet. What a coincidence. So there are these pop-up screens that happen whenever he's on those betting sites. You'll see him placing outcomes of various soccer matches. So we had to create that in the visual effects suite. Also, some video call screens, if you've watched them, especially between the headquarters and the border patrol team, all those screens had to be created. Text messages, actually, some of them you'll see them popping up here and there. We also had to do them. So I will go into the edit suite and show you what we did, especially for Kibet. Then we'll come back. I hope there's a transition for me getting into the machine.
So this is a scene from episode 2. Kibet and Farah had gone to the local market, to do a bit of intelligence gathering, and they had dressed up as I think Maisha Bora staff who are doing a survey. Yeah, they're just like in disguise or something. So let me just play what's happening, then I'll show you what we did.
Habari ma'am, naitwa Abdalla na tumetoka Maisha Bora Organization, tunafanya survey kuhusu boss.
Okay, so we have our young champion here, Kibet. He likes betting, especially on soccer matches. And in Kenya right now, there are so many betting sites which specialize in mostly, I think, soccer matches, but you can also bet on other sports. But I think the most popular are actually soccer matches. So we had to create a graphic to indicate a betting site. There are so many right now, you can just pull like 3 or 4 of them just to have a look at how the layout looks like. So we created our own version, called it Mezeshabet. We threw in some matches and some odds, and we gave a fictitious jackpot amount. We also use a lot of stock images. This, I think you can just find it on stock sites, all this, even this guy, and below here. Yeah, we used stock images in fashion to what actually the real betting sites do. They usually just use stock images. The thing here is we had to cue our selections. You see the selections being made here, we had to animate them. Just look. There's a selection that has been made for an outcome. Another selection has been made for an outcome. Then I think there's a last one. Yeah, there's another selection. So all these are selections for outcomes, which Kibet is placing on the betting site. Now, for those people who bet, they understand what is happening. But we had to show the audience, the other people, what is actually Kibet doing on his phone because if we just like didn't have this graphic over here and then we just, people might mistake him for just texting. Maybe he's texting or chatting with somebody on WhatsApp, but we had to put this here just to show, oh yeah, he's on the phone betting. He's not just chatting, or he's not looking up for intelligence. Nobody's sending him intelligence information on his phone. He's busy betting. So for those who bet, they understand what is going on. But for those who don't bet, we had to indicate, to show indicators of what is actually going on. So the moment they saw this orange type of thing pop up, they knew, oh, there's some kind of selection happening, and it's Kibet who is doing it. So we used Kibet's fingers as cues to where to place our bets. So like as you can see, if you look at his fingers moving, that is where whenever he tapped, we put a selection. Whenever he tapped, we placed a selection. So how did we achieve this? First and foremost, we had to create our own mockup. So I did it in Illustrator. So this is what I created in Illustrator, this entire graphic, but I left these selection areas, blank, so that when I go to After Effects, I can easily place my selections on top of them using blend modes. So the only thing that was changing, apart from the matches, was also the jackpot prize, because as the weeks go by, the jackpot money gets added if there's no win. So if it's today, let's say like 130 million, after several weeks it will get to 140 million if nobody wins the jackpot. Then of course you have to use golden fonts. That is the only way you can sway people to think it's about riches, because at the moment people see golden, they assume that's where all the riches are. If I'd use maybe a black font or something, nobody will be attracted to that. So I brought in my graphic, and then I did I pre-composed it. Then let me just zoom out. Then I placed all my selections using a yellow orange shape layer. Wait, when you're trying to zoom in, that is when the system decides it's going to embarrass you. It's okay. I love machines, especially when they realize you have an urgency to do something. That's the day they break down on you. Anyway, so I created a shape layer, gave it an orange yellowish type of color, and then I used the blend mode add. So right now, if I take this same shape and then I offset them on the timeline, so that to show when Kibet is actually selecting. So for example, if I take this Control C, Control D for PC, then I come and place it on a draw outcome. So I place it over there, then I do a bit of offset the timeline. Now if you go back on our footage, you check here, you'll see the draw has been added. So that is how we animated all the selections on this footage and the graphic. So it was a pretty straightforward graphic. The only thing that we needed to indicate is what is actually Kibet doing on the phone. So we had to place all these orange layers on top of the graphic just to show he's selecting. So for the results, once they come in, the ones which you've won, they'll be green, and the ones which you've lost will be red. So I think, see this guy over here. This guy is tired. This is tired. I think they're subjected to so many surveys in this region. It's like, nope, not today, not today. Today we are not doing any surveys. We are going home. We are going home. So that's what pissed Farah off. Maybe if he had better graphics, maybe also, I don't know. If these graphics were animated, maybe they would have paid attention. Anyway, so Farah was pissed. Farah is a no-nonsense guy, and we know there are two indications. When somebody calls you boss, there's a certain tone they use. There's boss. If somebody say boss, no, they are holding you in high regard. But when the boss is short, boss, just know they are pissed with you. Yeah. So Farah was really pissed, and he was like, I'm gonna jinx that bet. By the spoiler, this guy did not win this bet, he lost. So I think Farah jinxed that bet. It's like, you idiot, you're going to lose. You can't let me get roasted in the sun alone while we are on this mission together and you're busy betting on your phone. Anyway, that's some of those things that just happen and you're like, okay, it happened. Yeah, but this guy is tired. He's like, I'm out. I don't want to do any more surveys. Anyway, that's how we did that scene. Catch you on the next one. Thank you. So, what do you think? Is this something you like to pursue? You could take some of those video footages from online. Could be a phone screen, a TV screen, holographic surfaces. Then create your graphic and overlay them on those surfaces. Track them and make sure they stick. There are many tutorials online for such stuff. I don't want to go into the tutorial part of it. Like I said, these are just overviews. So I want you to be curious, to go out there and learn how to stick your landing. Go ahead, try some of this stuff out. Have a crack at it. Then once you're done, post your work. Tag us at Foxton on all our sites, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Whichever site you use, we will be there. We will look at your work so that we can follow you and see your growth. Let's grow this industry together and grow each other's talents. See you.